Alright, I know it has been a short video. Something happened unexpectedly, but we move. I've been able to, if you have watched that is Serie 1. Let's go to Serie 2. So now, you have your $15. We shall start from where we stopped. Now you just need to come here. You tap on create. You tap on create. Now there are two bots. We have the Martingale bot, and we also have the grid bot. But as a team, we shall use the what? We shall use the Martingale bot. If someone could ask me why, because basically with Martingale, what the robot buys at different prices and sells everything at once. So because of the market structure that we have described in Serie 1, that we are into the accumulation area. Okay, so the way we trade must be different, as if we are in the advanced area. So we shall use the Martingale bot. So you tap on it. So when you tap on Martingale bot, then you tap on create. Then there are two areas here that could take our focus. One, Martingale bot strategy. Choose a circle owner to sync your strategy. So here you're gonna copy another trader. So we don't advise this simply because they are using big capital. That's one. So we want to create our own. They're using big capital, and every trade you make, you'll be charged something. Why? Yet you can be able to use our signals. So that's why we come here and opt in for this area that says, feel free to create your own strategy for more flexibility. So we are flexible. We can be able to decide what we want. Tap on it. Now, when you tap on it, automatically the coin you have picked to trade will open. The coin you have picked to trade will what? Will open. So it has important areas that I will not describe. Position amount, the amount of money you have invested, position quantity, the number of coins the robot has bought, average price, your entry in the price, current price, the current price of the coin, number of margin calls, the number of times the robot has bought, return rate. The difference between the average price and the current price is the return rate, right? Okay. Now, when you tap on that coin, it also has this area cycle. A cycle is where the robot buys and sells, but we want to make sure before when you pick your trade and you are done, make sure up here, when you are done setting your trade, it is on a one shot. So sometimes if your coin, you will find it with the word one shot. So after setting it, always make sure you tap on this word one shot. One shot means whatever the robot has bought, when the market rises, let the robot sell it at once. Okay. All right. Now from there, we have another area called the sell button. This is where you manually, instead of the robot doing the work for you, manually get involved in the process. So maybe you see a profit of 2% and you feel like it's okay, you want to sell manually. That's when you come and tap on the sell button, sell. Then you tap market price 100%, right? Okay, well, sometimes it may not show like this, but you tap on sell, market price 100% or 75% on how much you want to sell on the tokens that have been bought. Then the buy, it's also here when you want to manually operate the buy area. You want to buy more, so you could tap buy market price, then you put in the amount below the word market price and you buy more if you are interested. But that is not why we are here. The strategy mode, depending on the number of margin calls, we shall discuss that later or into our next lessons. But the strategy modes are 3. You don't need to get worried. The whole warehouse mode, whatever the robot buys. So if you are only using 4 margin calls that I'm going to discuss, don't worry when your strategy mode is in the whole warehouse mode. When you want to open more, like we shall discuss, then you could decide to either put in the sub-bin mode, which means that the robot will buy from the 5th call, but when it sells, it will not return your capital. All right, it will not return your capital. It will not return your profit. Your profit. You use your profit to move the average price close at the current price, or you can use the sub-bin mode, your time settlement. When the robot sells what it has bought from 5, 6, 7, whenever it sells, it returns your profit. 1, it charges you fuel fee 2, and it returns your capital 2. So in the sub-bin mode, it will return your capital, but it will not return your profit. All right, but this you learn with time. That's not the main thing you need to get worried about. Okay, now the next step is to come to this area. You now want to set your trade. Since now you have found the coin you want to trade, you want to tap on trade setting and set your trade. So let us go to setting up your trade. Now when you come here to set up our trade, we have two important areas. We have an area we call the smart create, where we want our robot. So if you want to use the smart create, you must have big capital, right? You must have big capital because you are using the default settings of the robot, right? Big capital, I'm talking about someone who can afford to trade at least 30 to 40 coins. I usually recommend a minimum of $1,000 per coin. So if you can trade 30 to 40 coins, then the smart create is good for you. Why? Because the Royal Q robot was built to be automatic. Automatic meaning you pick 30 to 40 coins, then you just tap start. You pick a coin, tap start. Pick a coin, tap start. You pick a coin, tap start. You pick a coin, tap start. Why? You don't need to look through because you have enough capital. So if you can trade 30 to 40 coins, you are good to go. I usually recommend $1,000 per coin, but it can even do more. But if someone could have $1,000, could be good to go. But you could also see here how much you need, because this is the best strategy. It is default, it's already in the system. So here you can see how much you need. Okay, if we add up, you can see you need 1,537. You need this with a minimum first buying amount of only $12. So I may not go into adding up this, but when you add the total of what you see down here is the amount of capital you need to trade, to just tap start and tap on 30 to 40 coins, you are good to go. You'll find that it will cost you close to $3,000. Yeah, close to $3,000. 3,000, I think it's 3,000 plus a few dollars that you need to trade one coin. So if you have this capital and you can